Welcome to World Code Updates, your daily dose of top global news. Subscribe and hit the bell to stay updated. The news broke like a thunderclap across the South China Sea. On a tiny remote island named Pag-asa, a fresh strip of concrete now stretches defiantly toward the horizon. This is not just any runway, it is the Philippines' longest and most advanced airstrip in the contested Spratly Islands. Manila is drawing a line in the sand, or in this case in the coral reefs of the West Philippine Sea. In Beijing, officials are watching with narrowed eyes. This single act of construction could reshape the delicate balance of power in one of the world's most volatile maritime flashpoints. For years, the Philippines has watched as China built massive militarized islands from the sea itself. Now, Manila is responding. The completion of the Pag-asa runway signals a new era of Philippine resolve. The stakes are incredibly high. This runway is not just for planes, it is a platform for national pride and a critical piece in a geopolitical chess game. The world is now watching to see what China's next move will be. The implications are immediate and far-reaching. This runway changes the operational capabilities of the Philippine military overnight. Larger aircraft can now land, bringing in more supplies, personnel, and equipment. It is a direct challenge to China's creeping control over the region. The message from Manila is clear: we are here to stay. Diplomats are scrambling and military commanders are reassessing their strategies. This single project, years in the making, has now come to fruition at a critical moment. It represents a significant shift in the Philippines' approach, moving from diplomatic protests to tangible, on-the-ground action. The completion of this runway is not an end, but a beginning. It marks the start of a new, more assertive phase in the Philippines' struggle to secure its maritime rights. The world holds its breath, waiting to see if this bold move will lead to stability or escalate an already dangerous conflict. The new runway on Pag-asa Island is a marvel of engineering and a testament to national will. Stretching an impressive 1.6 kilometers, the freshly paved surface gleams under the tropical sun. This upgraded runway is capable of handling larger and heavier aircraft, including the C-130 Hercules transport planes. Alongside the runway, a new modern hangar stands ready to protect aircraft from the harsh maritime elements. A state-of-the-art control tower rises nearby, ready to manage air traffic with precision. The new infrastructure transforms Pag-asa from a vulnerable outpost into a resilient community and military base. The ability to land larger planes means more than just military logistics. It means medical supplies can arrive faster. The small community of Filipino citizens living on the island is better connected to their homeland. The construction process was a monumental challenge, shadowed by Chinese vessels, a constant reminder of the contested nature of the territory. Yet, the work continued, driven by a sense of national purpose. The completion of the runway, hangar, and tower is a victory not just for the engineers, but for the entire Filipino nation. The inauguration of these facilities marks a pivotal moment for the Philippines. It is a tangible assertion of its administrative control over Pag-asa Island. Pag-asa Island, known internationally as Thitu Island, holds immense strategic importance for the Philippines. It is the largest of the 9 features occupied by the Philippines in the Spratly Islands archipelago. More importantly, it is the only one with a civilian population. This small community of Filipino fishermen and their families forms the heart of the Philippines' legal claim. Pag-asa is not just a military outpost, it is the seat of the municipality of Calayan, a legitimate part of the Philippine province of Palawan. The island's location is what makes it a strategic jewel. Situated roughly 480 kilometers west of Palawan, Pag-asa sits in the middle of a vital international shipping lane. By maintaining a strong presence on Pag-asa, the Philippines can monitor this maritime traffic and protect its own economic interests in the West Philippine Sea. The island serves as a forward operating base, allowing the Philippine Navy and Coast Guard to project power and conduct patrols over a much wider area. The upgrades on Pag-asa Island extend far beyond the new runway. The Philippine government is engaged in a comprehensive effort to fortify the island and improve its habitability. Plans are already underway to further extend the runway, allowing it to accommodate even larger and more advanced military and civilian aircraft. The goal is to create a fully functional and self-sufficient community that can withstand both natural and man-made pressures. A modern naval docking facility is also under construction, which will allow larger Philippine Navy and Coast Guard vessels to moor directly at the island. For the civilian population, new housing, a community hall, and improved power generation and water desalination facilities are being developed. Militarily, they boost the Philippines' capacity for maritime domain awareness. This holistic approach strengthens the Philippines' position on multiple fronts, legally, militarily, and diplomatically. While the Philippines celebrates its new runway, its efforts are dwarfed by the colossal scale of China's activities in the Spratly Islands. Over the past decade, Beijing has engaged in an unprecedented campaign of island building. These are not simple outposts, they are sprawling, highly militarized fortresses. China has constructed at least 3 major island bases in the Spratlys Mischief Reef, Subi Reef, and Fiery Cross Reef. Each of these man-made islands is larger and more developed than all the natural islands occupied by other claimants combined. These Chinese-built islands are bristling with military hardware. The implications of China's militarization are profound. These island fortresses have fundamentally altered the military balance in the region. When comparing the Philippine developments on Pag-asa Island with China's bases, the contrast is stark. It is a classic David versus Goliath scenario. The Philippines' new runway on Pag-asa is a significant achievement for Manila, but it's still modest in comparison to China's airfields. The runways on Mischief Reef, Subi Reef, and Fiery Cross Reef are each approximately 3 kilometers long. The scale of the supporting infrastructure also tells a story of vast disparity. The Philippines has built a single new hangar and a control tower on Pag-asa. In contrast, each of China's major artificial islands features dozens of hardened aircraft hangars, extensive fuel and munitions storage facilities, and multi-story command and control centers. Despite this imbalance, the Philippine development on Pag-asa is strategically significant. It complicates China's calculations. The developments on Pag-asa Island are not happening in a vacuum. They are part of a broader strategy by the Philippines to bolster its defenses, a strategy that heavily involves its oldest ally, the United States. The alliance between Manila and Washington, once strained, has been revitalized in the face of growing Chinese assertiveness. A key pillar of this renewed partnership is the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, or EDCA. This agreement allows the United States to build facilities and pre-position assets at designated Philippine military bases. The strategic logic is clear. By developing bases in Palawan, the United States and the Philippines are creating a network of forward-deployed locations that can directly support operations in the West Philippine Sea. This deepening alliance sends a powerful message to Beijing. The islands of Palawan and Balabac have become the unsung heroes in the Philippines' struggle to secure the West Philippine Sea. Their strategic geography makes them the indispensable front line in this maritime dispute. Palawan is a long, narrow island that acts as a natural barrier separating the main Philippine archipelago from the contested waters of the South China Sea. The development of new military facilities here under the EDCA is a game-changer. An airstrip and naval station in Balabac allow the Philippines and the United States to project power into the southern reaches of the South China Sea. The completion of the Pag-asa runway and the broader fortification of the Philippines' western frontier mark a significant escalation in the South China Sea dispute. These actions, while defensive in nature, inevitably raise regional tensions. China, which claims sovereignty over Pag-asa Island, views the Philippine upgrades as a direct provocation. This new dynamic creates a more crowded and contested maritime space. With both the Philippines and China enhancing their military capabilities in the Spratlys, the potential for miscalculation grows exponentially. The presence of United States forces operating from EDCS sites adds another layer of complexity. The entire region is holding its breath. The long-term consequences are uncertain, but one thing is clear: the quiet struggle for control of the South China Sea has just become much louder.